singer who would not accept a cheque and insisted on being paid in person. In a village in Connemara where the ghost language is still widely spoken, I met him in a bar with cash. He wouldn't touch the money. His hands were enormous. A pint of Guinness was no more than a thimble in his fingers. It took 3 days until he was fully paid. Our most popular album was recorded live in a Dublin theatre where the audience can be heard yelping with excitement in the background. There is a sense that our moment has come. Our music is raw, straight from the earth. It gives me the feeling of being carried back in time. We belong to a country with less roads, less lawn mowers, a place with more wild bees nesting in the grass banks. One day I arrived at work to find everyone standing in the hallway crying. The commander of the organization lay at the foot of the stairs, his face gone cold. His naked head was resting on the first step. His right arm was laid out as though he'd been giving a speech when he fell. His shoes were off. His socks were yellow, a diagonal design along the side, as though he played golf, which he never did, nothing further from his mind. The socks merely brought home how normal and integrated we could be while being so devoted to the restoration of a great treasure from the past. We spoke in low voices, praising his wisdom, his vision. His words had the power to infuse us with emotion. When the ambulance arrived, he opened his eyes. He waved the paramedics away and tried to stand up, resuming his speech where he left off. Entirely in character with the language we worked so hard at reviving, the commander was brought back to life by the sound of a teacup and carried up the stairs to his office. The floor was strewn with newspaper cuttings, some empty bottles. The desk lamp was still on, covered with a garment that was beginning to burn. His secretary appeared and helped to lay him out. She rolled her cardigan up into a cushion. We arranged his tie over his eyes to shield him from daylight. It's a happy place to work. Being part of this marginal community in the heart of the city gives me a sense of place, something glorious about a culture under threat. Hearing the endangered language around me brings back a recurring memory of going out to the islands, leaning against the rusted white frame of the ferry boat with the engine throbbing in my shoulder. Quiet places with sunlight coming through stone walls, patches of green and blue, gannets diving, waves bashing into the cliffs. Everything in my work is devoted to a silence in the landscape, to what is receding, what is being kept alive. When it's time to go home, I tidy my desk and switch off the lights. The remaining daylight seeps in through the high window across the ghost faces along the walls. The basement returns to its forgotten peace. On the way out, the receptionist smiles. She is the niece of an author who wrote a novel in the native language about dead people arguing in a graveyard. I can no longer hide the fact that I am partly dead myself, half alive, perhaps undead, as dead as a dead language refusing to die. I make my way across to the German library. It is situated on the other side of the square in a building that is identical in every way to the one where I work in the basement. Same facade, same ratio of windows overlooking the Park of Lovers, same door, only painted red. As soon as I step inside, I have the illusion of being at home, seeing German newspapers and magazines displayed on the tables in the front room. Going up the stairs to the library on the first floor is like going to my bedroom as a child. Finding the latest acquisitions propped in a row on the marble mantelpiece as though it's my birthday. They have the heating full on. I spend an hour there with my jacket off, a stack of books beside me, until the librarian politely tells me it's time to go. The books I borrow give me a fictional character. I see myself being invented in everything I read. I am a boy unable to grow up. I spend weeks in a sanatorium. I take on the anxieties of a goalkeeper. I read about a journalist going undercover, doing dirty and dangerous jobs, washing out metal tanks with acid to demonstrate what it was like to be a migrant worker in Germany. I read the story.